you get into the mode where you know that anything is possible, even if you've never saw it before. Let's take the case of my young friend named RJ. RJ was a bold little chap. He was all of 5'6", 145 pounds, and he played football. Now, RJ was an interesting case because RJ was on a team that was perennial losers. Not in mind, but the scoreboard has a win-loss column as well. And this team was on a 19-game losing streak. 19 games. That's 19 in a row. So there may have been a win like before that 19th one, and there could have been 8 before then. So the bottom line is that this kid, for most of the time through high school, did not know what a win felt like. So typically in that spot, it's hard to kind of stay up when you're always down. Fast forward, he met up with the coach. Coach met up with me and got a hold of Awaken the Baller within. Studied the principles, what it feels like to be a winner, to play at the highest level, to push through when it just doesn't look like that's the opportunity. So this 5'6", 145-pound kid reads it front to back, 1 week. Goes to coach and said, "Hey, coach, I think we can do this. I know now what it feels like to be a winner. Now, all the losing he's done, how can he know what a win feels like?" Imagination. He went deep into that spot and decided that this is what he wanted to do. Well, that year, first game out of the gate, his team won 34-20. 400 yards of offense, caused 4 turnovers, and for the first time when an opponent stepped on their field, they bucked back. See, we got a big ego thing in football where it's just like, you kind of jump at somebody, and it's like if whoever flinches first, like you lose kind of thing. You know, when the boxers, they stare each other down, and, you know, whoever blinks first is like, oh, he had a psychological win. Well, we do that in football. We kind of jab at each other and say, yeah, you want this? So the other team did that to this 19-game losing streak team, and they bucked back. In fact, as the record shows, and as I was told, they actually kind of started a pregame fight. We don't endorse that, but in the case of that one, you let that slide because now at least they're showing some kind of fire. So, fast forward to the present. They ended up winning 3 games that year and went 3-7. Now, for some, you might say, well, that's still a losing record. When you've lost 2 years in a row, 3 wins, that's a win. That's a step towards success. I won't go through the next years, but I can tell you this. Checked in with this team in 3 years. Because, see, there were seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. That senior class got the 3 wins, along with those other guys. So that mindset was in, and it keeps carrying over, and it keeps carrying over, and it keeps carrying over. Year 2014, not only did they have a winning record, they made the playoffs. Not only did they make the playoffs, they had a playoff win. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a good place to clap right there. All because of imagination. They got into the feeling state of what it takes to win. And you know what? They kept feeling it, they kept feeling it, they kept feeling it, and the scoreboard officially showed up for them as a win. Now, these young boys can do that. Why can't we take that into the workplace? Why can't we take that into life? Why, when we put a goal on paper and say, well, you know, chances of that happening is not high. Yeah, and the chance of that team actually getting a win wasn't high either. But they imagined. He found the blueprint, and he saw how it felt, and he wanted more of it. And that is what you get out of imagination.